welcome to a Salome building guide and review. Yeah, this character just came out and she's honestly a pretty fun character, so we'll just go over her kit, how you should gear her, and her best combos. So let's get right into it. So first and foremost, let's familiarize ourselves with the kit. So be sure to read between the skill 1, skill 2, and skill 3. So while we're here, let's talk about Molagoras. So in terms of Molagoras, this character only will need her S skill 2, Salvation at +1, which is the only available Molagora for it, which allows her to decrease the cooldown. As for S3, you just want to get up your effect chance and your turn cooldown, so I think this is roughly about +6. I decided to go for +7 because the damage on her S3 seemed pretty nice, but is not required. Same thing goes for the S1. We don't need any molas in this. The damage on it seemed okay. If you want to increase the molas so you can get some more ship damage, that's up to you, but it's fairly, for the general player base, seen as a waste. Now while we're here, we can also talk about the skill 2, which is much different than any other skill in the game, which, if you notice here, we have a new effect named cloning. Now I'm sure no other character will get this in the future, and I would hope. But the way cloning works is basically you select a hero. It does not matter which side of the field they're on. It could be an enemy hero or it could be an ally. Once you copy that target, you then take the turn as that character. So for instance, if you select Straze, you're going to now take the turn as Straze, and you can only use one skill because you can only have this copy for one turn. So you can choose skill 2, skill 1, or skill 3. Now, more likely than not, you're obviously going to pick your priority skills like your skill 3 or your skill 2. Now, while you're in this mode, cooldowns will work separately. So for instance, once you pop out of the clone mode and you recopy Straze, you're still going to have no cooldowns. So you don't need to worry about cooldowns when you're in cloning. Just assume when you clone, you'll always have cooldowns available. Last but not least, when you do a clone skill, and then for instance, let's say Ahmed S2. Ahmed S2 is an extra turn. So if you copy Ahmed and then use her skill 2 and take another extra turn, you're going to take an extra turn with Salome. So you're going to pop out of the clone skill and take another turn as Salome. And I think I did mention this on the next screen here with the important things to note. As the second one, extra turn skills allow Salome to take another turn afterwards. So you'll dual attack and you can choose collapse. And as the first point states, buffs are gained and copy are maintained. So for instance, if you buff yourself with Zio's deity from pressing S3, you keep that, which is actually pretty crazy. The defense break on our S3 is applied after the hit, so you're going to do collapse, you're going to hit them, do the damage, and then defense break them, and then you get the pop damage. So you do not get defense break first, which means the hit damage will be lower, but the pop damage will get the defense break effect. I did also want to mention this character feels skill capped. Now what I mean by skill capped is this character has a lot of information overload when you're using it. It's not like any other character in the game where you have a couple of choices to make, where you pick skill 2 or skill 3 and pick which target you want to hit. Unlike every other character in the game, this character has the ability to copy another character's entire skill set, meaning it allows for more options, and more options does allow for more chances for you to make mistakes. So if you do struggle to use the character, it's okay, because it will be a little bit hard to make the right decisions, especially when there's more decisions on the table. In terms of stats that you want on this character, you want speed, health, and defense. Optional stats will be effectiveness because she does have a debuff on her S3, but for the most part, every other part of her kit does not need it, as well as her skill 3 does have 10 soul burn to ignore ER. So if you get the souls pretty quickly, it's not 100% necessary. In terms of bad stats, crit stats don't really mean much, especially when I damage calculated, and the only damaging skill that was pretty nice is her skill 3, but that's not enough for you to build crit stats. Attack doesn't do anything, she's pretty much HP scaling, and effect resistance is pretty optional, but if you're using her best artifact, then I don't think you even need it. So in terms of artifacts, unfortunately her best one is Sweet Miracle by far. It allows her to snap out of control skills, which allows her to play into debuffers, copy debuffers, and punish your opponent for doing so. And as a whole, debuffs are pretty strong, so being able to snap out of debuffs by yourself is pretty good. So Sweet Miracle, unfortunately, is best option. Now, second in line is going to be Thorn of the Blue Rose, and I think Pure White Trust is pretty close to it, but the only thing is Pure White Trust, you are on a percentage chance for crit damage buff, which makes it a little bit sucky. Or I think first for the souls, one of the two, but you're on a percentage chance. While for Thorn of the Blue Rose, it's guaranteed. So you get yourself 10 souls for free at the start of the match, which allows you to have souls for when you swap to your cleave character, or just have souls to soul burn Salome's S3. Some other good options is Warhorn, allowing you to give attack to your team, as well as CR pushing to probably cut anyone faster than you. And POV is not a terrible option to keep Salome alive. Some lesser options here is Snow Crystal, which is another survivability artifact, a little bit less than proof. Border Coin allows for faster cycling, just like Warhorn, but I think Warhorn provides more value since you are copying a target, and the Warhorn attack buff goes to the team, so it gives your DPS more oomph, right? Spirit Purification is kind of like Warhorn once again for the cutting, but unfortunately the attack is pretty useless for her. Anything else on the bottom is up to you if you choose to use it. I didn't add every single artifact into the game because there is no point to, but these have some value to it if you want to choose it. In terms of best sets, we're going to be looking at speed set, and in terms of 2-piece sets, there's a lot of options you can pick from here, so pick whatever you like, or don't even use a 2-piece set if you want to go beat faster. So we're talking about the standard build here, so you want to be around 270 speed, 1300 defense, 21k HP, and any amount of effectiveness here. And I added a little stat at the bottom here that if you can't see it, basically all it says is, for choices on your ring, neck, and boot, this is what you want to do. And in terms of any 2-piece sets, pick what you like, honestly. In terms of our ideal build, we want to be as close to 290 speed or higher. We're keeping the same amount of bulk, a little bit more HP, but once again, same stats, but we're just increasing the speed by 20, which is pretty hard, but this is ideally what we want to be. We want to be as fast as possible. And ideally, we want to be on immunity set to prevent some pesky stuff at the start of the battle, or pursuit set does help out for the pop damage on S3, but realistically, it's probably not happening with these stat lines here. And I added another mid-speed build that's probably not going to be used, but if you don't have as much speed gear, you can try this one out instead, which is sacrificing some speed for more HP and more bulk. Last but not least, we have combo characters. Now, it was really hard to make this section, so don't expect too much out of it. This character literally can copy any other character in the game, so the amount of combos is technically endless, but these characters certainly felt good. Like for instance, playing a really fast Salome plus Akade means you can copy Akade, pick off a target really early on, and then Akade can follow up and pick up on another target. Freerun is just one of the best DPS in the game, so pretty good. And once again, Ruel, you can copy Ruel, revive another person, allow Ruel to do stack up on revives. For Selene, you can copy her, use her free soul burn, which gives her an extra turn, and then you can do whatever you like on Salome. But honestly, once again, there's just so many things you could pair her for, so there's no point in really going over each and everything, because you can play this character in many different ways. Now, in terms of counter picks, Benom does prevent Salome from going into cloning mode and just getting free benefits off of that, so just be wary of that. LHC is kind of like a soft counter in a way, where if the match lasts long enough, Salome is going to keep dual attacking, which is going to allow LHC to pop off. Bossa Ranka is pretty much another counter to Salome because, once again, S2 is based off of the targeting, right? Once you select your S2, you have to target a certain ally or enemy, and Bossa Ranka on the enemy side means you can only pick Bossa Ranka from the front row, and 9 times out of 10, copying Bossa Ranka is not favorable for you. So that means the only copy targets you have available to you are the ones on your team. And Briar Witch is just here just to say if you're getting cleaved, you're getting cleaved. And that being said, for combos that you definitely want to have with you, Bibulus is just one of the best units in the game, allowing for more bulk as well as debuffs. It's just a really good combo. with most characters in the game, so that's no exception to Salome. And last but not least, Boss Arunca allows you to hide behind her. And if you're playing RTA, taking this means that you get a free Salome pick because you no longer have that counter pick on board that removes options from you. But as you're playing her, this does allow you to have more protection for your Salome and prevent Salome from getting touched. So if this was informational for you, hopefully this helped. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.